Welcome back to Mindset Devil. So the verdict is in. Sean P. Diddy Combs just walked out of federal court with 3 serious charges off his back. Nasty buzzard trafficking, not guilty. Racketeering conspiracy, not guilty. That's 2 separate charges that could have very well had him doing life in prison. Gone. But hold on. This isn't the kind of freedom he's going to celebrate for long. Because while Diddy might have dodged the most damning accusations, he's still not out of the woods. Not even close. He was still convicted on 2 counts, transporting individuals to engage in prostitution. That right there carries a maximum of 10 years per count. So yeah, while some people are popping champagne like he beat the whole case, the reality is, Diddy could still be looking at 20 years in a federal cell. That's not nothing. That's real time, my friend. But the bigger question now is, does he actually serve it? Because his lawyers are already pushing for him to be released on bond while he awaits sentencing. They're going to argue for probation or time served, and if that works, Diddy might just walk out of this a free man. But the truth is, even if he does, is he really free? Because look around. Public opinion is toxic. His legacy is crumbling in real time. His name, once associated with power, influence, and that bad boy success, is now tied to shame, humiliation, and scandal. And it's not just from fans or the media, it's the industry too. Brands are pulling away, collaborators are going quiet. He's become radioactive. That kind of exile, that's a prison with no bars, and it might be even worse than the real thing. Let's be honest, this case was never simple. On one side, the prosecution painted him as a monster. They said he was running a criminal enterprise, coercing women, using violence and fear to get what he wanted. They said he forced his exes into disturbing XXX acts with male escorts, while he stood by and watched, filming it all. And then, after they were done, he had his women meet him in the back, so they could smear the dude's boy goo all over him. They brought forward accusations that included threats, kidnappings, weapons, manipulation, and control. It sounded like a horror story out of a Netflix documentary. But the defense leaned into a different angle. They admitted he was flawed, that he had a street pharmaceuticals problem, that he was violent at times. But they pushed back on the idea that he was a criminal mastermind. They said this wasn't trafficking, it was consensual. They painted a picture of a wild, messy, toxic relationship, not a criminal ring. And it worked, at least on 3 of those counts. The footage from the hotel in 2016, where Diddy was seen attacking Cassie, that was the video that shaped public opinion. Everyone saw that. No excuses, no edits, just raw violence. CNN aired it and the internet dragged him for weeks. Diddy even had to issue a public apology, calling his behavior inexcusable.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you gotta do that. I was up. I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. Disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it, I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. I had to ask God for His mercy and grace. I'm so sorry.
But even that wasn't enough to sway the jury into a conviction on the trafficking charge. The defense tried to reframe that moment too. They claimed the assault wasn't about her leaving a nasty buzzard session, it was about a phone. They argued that Cassie walked down the hallway holding Diddy's phone, and he went after her to get it back, that the room wasn't a scary place, like the prosecution claimed. They even pointed to a time gap in the security footage, saying Cassie returned to the room before security ever showed up. They wanted to make it clear this wasn't what the government made it out to be. And then there's the emotional play. The courtroom was filled with Diddy's family, his kids, his mother. The defense reminded the jury who Diddy is to them: a father, a provider, a man who's made mistakes but doesn't deserve to be labeled a criminal enterprise leader. One of his sons, King Combs, even dropped music during the trial, a song called Diddy Free featuring Ye. The lyrics talking about not sleeping until Diddy's out and warning the world that this isn't over. His family rallied around him, wearing t-shirts, dropping tracks, standing in court. It was a show of unity, but it also highlighted how deep this thing runs. Now here's the part I want y'all to think about. Was this verdict fair? Was justice really and truly served in your opinion? Because it feels like a split. 3 not guilties, 2 guilties, and a whole lot of damage in the middle. Some people are calling it a win for Diddy. Others say the system failed, that the money, the power, the high-priced lawyers all made the difference, that if he wasn't who he was, he'd be sitting in a cell right now. So here's what I want you to do. Drop a comment and tell me what you think the judge is going to do on sentencing day. Does Diddy go back behind bars? Does he get probation? Or has he already served his time? In the public eye, in the media circus, in the destruction of his image. Because even if he never sees another jail cell, Diddy's walking into a new kind of punishment. One where trust is gone, respect is gone, and no amount of fame can save him. Let me know what you think. Hit that comment section below and let's have this discussion. And by the way, if you care about protecting the hip-hop culture, make sure you hit that subscribe button to join our power structure. And I'll catch you in the next one.